Hi, today I'm going to do a sort of pin-uppy look. I'm not going to do a really traditional one. I'm going to do a slightly more modern version, but I've done this sort of look on Katy Perry, Misha Barton and lots of other people, so it's a look that I really like. Okay, I'm going to start with the skin. Now I've already put some primer on. I'm next going to use the Chanel Pro Lumiere, which is one of my favourites. Okay, so I've just put a thin layer of the Pro Lumiere all over my skin, so I still need some concealing. But before I do that, I want to just work on the skin a bit more, and I think the thing that's going to make this look feel and look modern is the way the skin is treated. So next I'm going to use some Sheer Cheek Gel by Pixi. I'm going to add that just onto the apples of the cheeks. So I'm going to conceal under my eyes, as I would normally. So I'm going to put some powder on now. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD powder, and this is silica, so it's going to give a nice sheer base. So I'm going to move on to the eyes now, and classic pin-up eyes are fairly clean lids and not a lot of colour. So first of all, I'm going to put a base on of Bobbi Brown, and this is one of their long wear shadows. Okay, now I'm going to use a sort of minky colour. It's this colour here. This is by a brand called Gosh, or Gosh. It's a drugstore brand. I'm going to use a Paula Dorf smoke lid brush just to start pushing that into the socket line. This is just about getting a good shape. It's not about colouring, it's more about contouring. So the best way to do it is just to look straight ahead, raise your brows and just work the colour into the socket line, especially if you've got hooded eyes. You can use any colour for shading the socket line. I've used a slightly minky one because I'm going to be using a purple based lipstick and I think it'll go well with it, but you can use mid-tone browns, taupes, golden browns. If you've got darker skin, use a slightly darker one, but the overall effect needs to look more like a shaded contour rather than a colour. So using exactly the same minky mushroom colour, I'm using a Laura Mercier smoky eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to trace along the lashes at the bottom. Again, this is just for a little bit of definition. I'm going to use a MAC liquid liner in Boot. This is the jet black one. Now I have done a video on kitten liner using a gel. This is the same sort of thing. So we're going to start by pushing it into the roots of the lashes, not worrying about whether there's a good line or not, all the way along. I'm not going to do a very thick line for this because the lips are going to be quite strong. So to draw my little triangle at the outer corner there, I'm going to use a MAC 209 brush with a little bit of fluid line. I'm just going to pull that out and finish off the outer corner. And using the same fluid line, it's going to smooth any bumps out. And you can use it just to finish off in that inner corner as well, looking straight ahead. So that's one line on, so I'm going to keep it sort of fairly thin like that, and do the other eye now. Okay, so before I put my false lashes on, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes and apply mascara, and I'm using CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. I'm going to put on a set of full strip lashes. I'm using these Elite eyelashes. They're very similar to the Ardell ones. These are American drugstore ones, and they are human hair, and I just love the shape of these ones. So if you're unsure how to put these on, I have done another video which explains everything you need to know. So I've got my eyelashes on now, and I love these. They're really pretty and they feel quite nice as well. Next I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to use Makeup Forever waterproof brow corrector. So you put a blob on the back of your hand, and then using a really stiff angled brow brush, you can use any, this is a Suki one, coat your brush both sides. Now I want to start at the arch. I want to get a really high arch. I can't change my brows that much because they're naturally quite dark. What I can do is if I use a brush and just brush them down before I start, I can go in there and just start to draw them a little bit higher, not too much. Get a really great arch in there, and you can just see that it's giving you that great classic pin-up high arch. And once you've got that basic shape, you can brush them back over and then just start to blend in the rest of the brow with the basic shape on the arch that you just drew in. And the good thing about starting with the arch is you're not going to put too much here. If you put tons here, it is classically retro, but because we're doing an updated version, we want less actually as we go in towards the nose. We want it to fade, and we want the concentration to be really on the high point there. So same on the other eye, brush down. Have a look at the other arch that you've created. And I've got quite a patch there, so I'm going to need to really start from scratch, drawing in a brand new high arch. The good thing about using this waterproof gel is that it is going to stay put, so you can get a really strong brow on. But if you do happen to rub your eyes or something happens, it's not going to move, because once it dries, this stuff's very much there for good. Next I'm going to do the lips. Instead of a classic red, which is what you expect from a pin-up, and I'm going to do those in the future, or even a fuchsia pink, which is quite classic pin-up, I'm going to do this really sort of cyclamen-y colour. It looks dark here, but it'll go on a bit lighter. This is a great colour. You can buy similar colours to this from most brands. MAC have a similar colour to this. And when I bought this colour, Dita Von Teese had been in the day before buying the pink, which I also bought. So I feel this is very fitting for a pin-up. I'm just going to follow the natural shape of the lip. I'm going to blot just over the top. Just going to use this to correct a little bit. Okay, I've got 3 final touches that I really want to do. First one is to add a touch of glittery pink shadow, and this is Sephora. It's all sort of shimmery and glittery, and I'm just going to use my finger to pat that in over what I've done already, and it just, especially for a party, a bit of evening, a bit more glamour. Like we need more. You can also use with your brush that you did your crease with earlier on, you can add a little bit into the corners as well. A little bit more sheen, a bit more glitter. And then I want to put a little touch more blusher on, not too much. This is a Fab Uber Pink colour by RMK, and I just feel that I need to put that on the apples of my cheeks just to make it a little bit more. It's not much, it's just a fraction. That's got lots of shimmer in as well. And I'm going to add a bit of black pencil. If you don't have one already, you can always just draw one in up here. And if you want to be extra glam, you can add a little touch of Laura Mercier Stardust powder, which is the highlighter powder, just to the high points of the cheeks. And that, I think, is it. So that's it, that's the modern pin-up look. It's all about the brows, the lips, and obviously the liner and the lashes. So it's loads of fun. You can do it in whatever colours you like. Red works really well, obviously, pinks, or the cyclamen-y colour, and just have fun with it. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.